I have something to admit. I like this place. I think that BOO has managed to make something absolutely spectacular. And I feel like Diorite is looking really good. I know this may be a lot to take in, but in this setting, in a birch forest, with the greeneries, Diorite actually looks superb. I don't know if it's the dark and black shadows in the white and sprinkly block, but there's something with it that just looks good. And I love the little touches of the polished diorite as well, in places, as well as the walls. And the candles look really good in combination. And I spotted something else. I've been investigating this build, and the smooth stone blocks, these blocks here, goes incredibly well with the diorite. It's like one of those things where I feel like I've changed, or maybe evolved. And look at this tree! Absolutely gorgeous, and I don't think you can make it that gorgeous without the spotty black and whitish diorite in around it. It looks absolutely spectacular. And the funny thing is that this realization has made me look at diorite completely different right now, because it looks great with spruce. It looks great with moss and all the other leaves. Is diorite just a really good block? Have I been blind this entire time? I should say that BDubs is one of my favorite Minecraft builders ever. As in, I think he builds fantastic things and he's very, very talented. And this leaves me with a bit of a question. Do I actually like diorite now? Or do I like what BDubs has done with it? And to answer that question, I want to give myself a little bit of a challenge. Can I, Iskall 85, build something that looks good with diorite? Well, I'm gonna give it a go, because right now I am actually liking diorite. And besides, it should go very well with the new calcite block. Oh, yes. And what about white concrete powder? Yeah, absolutely. It's like a whole new world is opening up. I wonder if I could build a little bit of a statue looking thing using mainly diorite with some of the mixed blocks in with it and make it look good. Because even now, even just placing down this pillar, I'm feeling like that's actually looking really good in this general setting. The big question here is, was diorite always misunderstood? Is it actually a good block? And do I actually like it? It's feeling a bit weird, and maybe it's the charm of BOO's builds. Or maybe it isn't. There's only one way to find out. Oh, yes. Yes, it is absolutely beautiful. And maybe I was right. Maybe I have changed. I really like it. I think she's absolutely beautiful. Maybe a bit misunderstood and really happy, just like me. I shall name her Dio-boy. And yes, Dio-boy. And Dio-boy also has a function, a burning mouth, which I can use to burn diorite. Wait. No, sorry. I am a changed man. I mean, diamonds. Yes, and was exactly what I was gonna say. Diamonds. Diamonds for Dio Boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 18. And there's no trickery here. They are actually gone because Dio Boy deserves it. But seriously, she's looking absolutely fabulous. And it really does enhance the base. I'm happy with this. Welcome to the family, Dio Boy. And I can honestly say, I like Diorite now. Great success. Now that I'm a Diorite lover man, it's time to move on and focus on today's project, which is going to be to take care of this. I know that some hermits, they like their chest box monsters, but this this really stresses me out. And whenever I go to build something or do anything, it's just a pain. Finding stuff in this mess is just absolutely awful. And I've played Minecraft long enough to know that it doesn't get better, okay? It's just gonna get slightly worse, and I'm just gonna more and more lose my mind every time I go to pick up anything. So it's time I take care of this, which means that I need a lot of wood. And rather than chopping down the trees myself, I thought that this could be a good opportunity to check out the shopping district. Because yes, we do have a shopping district now. And I gotta be honest, I haven't been on the server for the past 10-ish days. I've been busy. I've been working with my team not only on finalizing Vault Hunter SMP, the multiplayer Vault Hunter series that I've been playing for the past year or so over on my Twitch channel. We have set a date for those of you who are interested. 11th of June, we will be running the final vault. But me and my team has also started to create the next version of Vault Hunters. And it may very well be in Minecraft 1.18, which is really, really exciting. But it has taken up a lot of my time, so as I was saying, I haven't really been on the server, and I definitely haven't seen most of the... I've seen this thing, but I haven't seen most of these. What is this? A beautiful swan, I think. Yeah, this place is really starting to take shape. So what we have decided is that this entire area here is going to be the shopping district, and it's actually quite large, this area, which is a really good thing. And I got this looks absolutely incredible. False's beans with a bee on the top. That is a very cool sign. I love a good shopping district. Anyway, I would like to purchase some wood. And this place is really, really cool. I wonder where one purchases things. Up here, maybe? Yes. 1 diamond per stack. Oh, that's expensive. Oh, but wait, it's 2 diamonds per stack for dark oak. I'm gonna need a lot of chests for a storage room. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Bought the whole barrel. Oh wait, hold on. No, it's 2 diamonds per stack. Not 2 stacks per diamond. Whoops. I'm just gonna take everything back. That is quite the price. Now, Green was selling wood as well. I wonder if he has better prices. All logs, 1 diamond ore block. Wait, what? Well, that's not cheaper than Gigalogs. I don't think it gets cheaper than this, unfortunately. So just take all of my diamonds. I am a poor boy now, but I hate running out of materials, and I'm not a big fan of chopping down trees. Time to make a bunch of chests. That many is a good start for a storage room. Now I just gotta figure out where I want to build my storage room and how I want to build my storage room. My base has slowly made its way down, so I think it's time to continue developing down here. I mean, to be fair, last episode I did develop this general area, and now we have had the addition of Dio Boy. Hello! And that leaves this area over here, which currently has a tunnel to my amethyst farm. Now, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do for a storage room, but I feel like I should mark out an area. And marking out an area or creating an area inside the cave has been super important so far because, well, a cave is just a cave. It's a giant room, and the trick is to make that giant room into a base. And for it to be a base, I feel like having different sections makes it a lot more base-like. It's almost like rooms in a house. And as I do this, I also try and envision how the different sections connect up together, which is basically what I've done with all of these different, like the bridge and the balconies that I have everywhere. And actually, I think I may want this to be 2 blocks or 3 blocks above this next area, just to get a clear divider. And also that brings it up to the same height as the slime farm window. Balls. Now, the most important part for me when building a storage system is that it's not too big, but also it needs to have an incredible amount of storage capability. I think I want to follow the natural generation of the cave walls here and somehow segment in storage modules into it without altering too much of the cave feel. I have spent a good hour at this so far, and I haven't got a whole lot done. But what I've been doing is trying to figure out an organization system for the storage area. And to me, this is extremely important to get right, because otherwise the storage system will just be useless. And no, I'm not planning on building an automatic storage system because, well, they just lag too much and they're so slow. Instead, I want to build a system that is easy to use, has a smallish footprint, and looks decent. And I think I've got the idea for what I want to do. Bulk storage chest monster wall of doom. Some sort of storage console in the middle for richity stuff like diamonds and things like that. Although right now that won't be very full because I'm pretty broke. And to tie it up together, I want to create a shulker box loader. A machine that can store all of my shulker boxes and that I can simply pack the things in I need for a project and then press a button and I get the shulker box with me. I think that should be super useful, and it shouldn't be too hard to make and integrate somehow into the cliffside here. It all starts with a dispenser and a sticky piston. And then honey blocks. Hopper here, honey block on top, and a slab on that piston. I then want a button, the machine's operating button, which currently powers that piston, to also have an 8-tick link to this dispenser, which in theory should be pretty simple. Observer, repeater on 4, dust, and repeater on 4 facing into a block that powers the dispenser. And actually this should be a stone button, so I get 10 ticks instead of 20, but pressing this button should yield a shulker box, and then pressing it again should break the shulker box and put a new shulker box in its place. And because of that honey block, if I put a chest here, I should be getting my shulker box that I've loaded up into that chest. Nice! What an advanced machine. However, for this to be useful, I would also want a storage system for my shulker boxes and an indicator of how many shulker boxes is loaded in the system. And for that, I need something else that I couldn't find in the shopping district. Glowstone. So that I can make redstone lamps. Great. Success! I am a big fan of any redstone system that has an indicator using redstone lamps, so that's what I'm going to try and make. And actually, a storage indicator is not too hard to make. I'm gonna need a way into this dispenser, so this hopper will be the first stage, and so I'm going to measure that hopper's inventory with a comparator, and then simply output that into a block which will indirectly power my first lamp, and then I'll have a double chest on top with another hopper sitting here and another comparator sending an indirect power signal to that block and another lamp. The indirectness is important because otherwise the comparator will power up to 3 redstone lamps if it's hooked up directly to it. And now all I gotta do is just do this back and forth. So next one will be like that. Hopper here, block there, and a comparator there, lamp. Nice. And I could do this indefinitely. I think 3 double chests of storage is probably a good number. And I could do whatever height I want here. But I think that's a lot of shulker boxes stored there. And also I want to make sure that I have an input chest that I can reach from down here. So I can reach that chest. I don't know if I can reach a one higher. It's a little bit inconvenient if I place it one up, and I don't like inconvenient. So 3 full double chests, plus hoppers, plus the dispenser. Yeah, that'll be enough storage, I think. I'll lower this by 1. And then what I can do is connect this chest up together with this hopper. And that should be a functioning shulker storage indicating self-dispensing system of doom. I better try it out though. I still have a healthy amount of shulker shells from my end bust. 62 shulker boxes. And put in the system. The lights should, yes, they should light up like that, and then eventually it should only be the lowest one that's lit to begin with. Yep. So that tells me that I have less than a double chest of shulker box in backup storage. And then the moment this chest fills up entirely, which we'll just try and fake for the moment, like that, then we should have 2 lights lit. Nice. So now the whole idea is that this should be by default loaded with an empty shulker box, and whenever I want to pack up a shulker box for a project or whatever, all I do is pack it up from the deep storage system, press the button, pick up my shulker box, and off I go. And there will be a new empty one waiting for the next time I dispense it. And then once I'm done with a shulker box, putting it back into the deep storage, I'll take the empty shulker box and simply drop it off in the chest. And we should actually see that one shulker box going through. Yes. The system just swallowed it. Now, as far as the design of this place goes, I think we can all agree that it's looking rather rough. And actually, I think I may want to keep it rough. But this is not just looking rough. This is also looking like a creeper explosion. But I think I want to try and make this area feel almost like a mine or a workplace, industrial, with spruce planks and stripped spruce logs. I even got some brown concrete powder to mix in and just try and make this look industrial rather than lush, which is what I've gone with in the other places. I'm not sure if this is gonna fit, but that is the idea I'm having right now. Aha! Industrial. I love mixing of dirt and brown blocks in general because there are so many options, and I think this turned out really, really good. It is very flat and it feels very much like a proper work area, and the space is actually important because the way I picture things working is shulker box unloading and sorting through things into the storage system is going to be a quite frequent and normal occurrence, and therefore the space is actually part of the storage system. And Richardy table, which I am allowed to jump on because I live here. This is my table. This is my tech table with redstone and stuff. This repeater does nothing. When it comes to chest organization, it's still very much a chest monster, just a larger chest monster. But it is my intention and plan to get my stuff organized as soon as possible. But for now, I have one more thing I want to do with this area, and it's gonna be a rather important thing. One of those things that may define the future of the cave base. That sounds awfully serious. Anyway, first things first, I need terracotta. And after going through my ever-growing chest box monster, I don't have enough. Wait a minute. Aha! Chest monster number 2 delivers. That should be enough. And I'm going to dye this terracotta cyan. Cyan. Next up, I'm going to need some gray concrete. Gray concrete. Quick color lesson. Cyan. Gray. Gray. Cyan. Makes a lot of sense. Anyway, I gotta do the thing. I ended up getting some other things as well. Lime terracotta, some moss blocks, green concrete powder, glow lichen, and slime blocks. And what I want to try is to make an Iskallium ore vein. And for those of you who don't know, this is Iskallium, a very rare and superior ore used mainly for bouncing castles. Long story short, it's great. Iskallium. And I'm picturing doing my test ore vein right here. Now this may look completely out of place and terrible, but I won't know until I've tried it, right? And what I'm gonna try and do is create a gradient using the cyan terracotta as the block closest to the stone. Oh, for goodness sake. As I was saying, using the cyan terracotta as the outer edge block, the block closest to stone, andesite. And then the next layer would be the gray concrete. And I do want to try and get a little bit of depth going here as well. And these two together creates the chiseling in the stone, in theory. And for my Iskallium ore vein, moss. Followed by green concrete powder and lime terracotta mixed together. This is a very nice bridge between these blocks. And finally, the Iskallium. And I wonder if the glow lichens will give enough light for this to shine only slightly and very subtly. Unfortunately, I think that's too dark. Torch. Yes. This is a very tedious little thing, and I have no idea if it's gonna look okay. Definitely needs some texture change on the rest of this piece of cave as well. A good source of diorite actually, which I now love. One day I will learn how to use scaffolding blocks. Ooh, hello there. Ooh, yes. I mean, it's a small vein, but oh, I love the little glow that it gives. I do see a few things I would want to change. That block and that block. Details. Yes, much better. And actually, now it properly looks like a chest monster. That's the eye. It's angry. And that's the eye there. And then, of course, this is the mouth. In all seriousness, though, I do really like it. And I wonder. Yes! And despite my hardest effort in not making it look like a face, it still has a little bit of that eye look. But I love the 3D-ness of that vein, or both of these veins. That's looking so cool. From Diaboy's perspective, it looks completely flat. But as I move closer, it's almost like they move. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And in my book, this test was kind of successful. I think I want to build more of them around the cave. They make it feel very me. I do have a lot of cleaning up to do still on the walls, though. There's a lot to do in this base, but flight time? Yes, this area has certainly added to the feel of the base. Oh, and the chests don't render in from up here. Just goes to show just how big the cave base is. And it's really, really starting to feel like a mega base, in my opinion. I mean, granted, there's a lot of work still to be done, but I feel like it's getting places. Anyway, with that, that's gonna do it for today. So, I really do hope that you have enjoyed this episode, including my newfound love for Diorite. And if you did, do hit the like button down below if you're brand new, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next episode.